What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Kid and Kam podcast, and we've got a good little fun video today. Bowl season is underway. We've got, one more day until the New Year's Six Bowls begin, the big games. But,
Yes,
a massacre did just happen on national TV. We'll get into it between Oklahoma and the Florida Gators, and Kyle Trask seems to be back. I'm just kidding, but I'm really not. We'll give our playoff predictions. We'll also give some predictions for the rest of the New Year's Six Bowls games, and then we'll kind of go over Coastal a bit, and we'll probably start with that. Is this as good as it gets for Coastal? What's next for them?
Personally, in my eyes, you got to look towards recruiting. And let's be honest here, Coastal's in the Clemson area. They're in the Carolinas. I'd much rather go to NC State, South Carolina, North Carolina, Clemson. So I don't think they're going to get big recruits. I don't think it's going to be an undefeated season. They could probably have 8-win seasons ahead of them, but I don't see no undefeated or 10-win seasons in their future, honestly.
Yeah, this game wasn't close for a little part of the game. Coastal Carolina really bounced back late in the game, and Liberty found a way to choke right on time. However, then in overtime, the field goal, they blocked the field goal, and it's really if I play for Coastal Carolina, I'm thinking of next season, but at the same time, I'm realizing if you can't beat this is a Coastal Carolina team that wanted to make the playoff. Okay, let's not forget about that. This is a Coastal Carolina team that thought they had a shot. Though they said they don't think they could win, they thought that they should have made the playoff because of what they've done. But my thing is it's always going to be your strength of schedule, and this proves that. Okay, you can't lose to teams like Liberty and expect to get a New Year's Six bowl. And I was thinking about this yesterday, but I'm like, if for a group of 5 teams who want to get into the playoff, you need to start scheduling at least 3 Power 5 teams on your schedule. Yeah, you got to bring more to the table, And, when we say what's next for Coastal, it's like, what can they do at this point? Is this team going to be good next year?
They got to at least be average Power 5 teams. You can't go out there and schedule Vanderbilt. You got to get you
right.
the
And
Tennessees,
it needs to be those.
Someone who gets
teams.
valuable wins.
And, when teams typically set up their schedule, it's like, usually it's years out. With COVID, people were able to schedule on the fly. Like when Coastal scheduled BYU and beat BYU, honestly, that's their most impressive win, maybe? But it just has to be better.
Everybody's talking about the Washington thing, but I guess they had COVID problems with BYU.
Right. You just got to be better than that. And remember, we predicted Indiana to beat this Coastal Carolina team.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about a massacre. A massacre that just aired on live television. Florida just got absolutely demolished by Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And can we just finally say, it's bad when your Heisman candidate quarterback's dad is on Twitter just bashing the team. It also pretty much confirms that Kyle Trask won't be on this team next season. There's no way he can just return to the team after his dad just trashed the receivers. So Kyle Trask is going to the NFL. I hope Florida fans know that now. Kyle Trask looked more like Kyle Trask today. And I've been a big fan of Kyle Trask. We got the whole video with the quarterbacks. We're praising this guy. This guy's a beast. This guy's the real deal. And I was hoping to maybe see this guy in the black and yellow in the NFL. But after tonight, I just don't know about it. His throws were shaky, and we even said this in the quarterback video. I said, look, if you want Kyle Trask to succeed on your team, you've got to have a dominant tight end. This guy cannot. He will, and you need to have a good wide receiver. You need to have a good wide receiver on the outside too. I said this guy will not survive if he doesn't have a dominant tight end. He needs one of those great wide receivers. He had Kadarius Toney, his agility, speed. He's perfect. He had Kyle Pitts, who was just pretty much Jumpman Jordan out there on the field this season, literally. But he's got to be better than that. But after Kyle Trask, they got Emory Jones, and we got a little taste of Emory Jones tonight, and he looked really good. I liked what I saw from Emory Jones. It's the future for Florida.
He was puking on the field, but other than that, yeah.
Come on, don't talk about it. That's from when you drink too much water on the sidelines.
Look, don't make a difference though.
He's doing a lot of running, but 10 carries, 60 yards, a touchdown for Emory Jones. He came in and really looked great. He made some good throws. But Kyle Trask, what's next for him? Obviously the NFL. What his dad was saying is kind of What do you see as Florida? Is this Florida team improved? They get worse? What's next for these guys?
This is your question is Florida's future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see a future with Emory Jones. I'm okay. Look, he's a good quarterback, but I don't see the success that they had with Kyle Trask with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him being that type of
but the thing about Emory, he's going to be able to
he's going to be more versatile.
Way more versatile.
He's going to be he's for sure a multi-tool quarterback.
Yeah.
But
it feels like he's been on the roster forever, man. Like it feels like he was like
I remember he was on the 2017. I remember him in the 2017 Georgia game.
Yeah, it feels like he's just been on the roster. I'm like, he's still like, I remember I was trash talking a Florida fan. You know, I'm a Georgia guy. Georgia, you know, black and red, baby. But it's like I was trash talking this Florida fan, and I was like, he was like, man, Florida's gonna whoop Georgia again next year. And I'm like, with what quarterback? With what quarterback? He's like Emory Jones. I'm like, Emory Jones is still in Florida? He ain't transferred yet? Jesus, man.
He's a good multi-tool quarterback, but I don't see them having the same success that they had with
No, and that brings us that point we had about Lamar Jackson. That it's gonna get figured out. When you start scrambling, like if he can throw, then it's a problem.
No, but
if he can throw, it's a problem.
Thing.
But if he can't throw as well as Trask, then
if they had a running back, then you know they could be running read options. I mean, they got a running back, but he's not he's no Najee Harris, Travis Etienne star type running back that they need.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems with Florida, and that's what we talked about in that last video when we were talking about the Alabama game, is they
don't got a run game.
They don't have the powerful run game that they needed to really compete with Bama, and we won't even get on their defense because, man, when I say Spencer Rattler just exposed this defense, it was pathetic. And it really wasn't even Spencer Rattler, to a T. It was really Stevenson. This man just absolutely put Florida in the crib, rocked them to sleep. He just straight rocked them to sleep. Ramondre Stevenson straight rocked them to sleep, man. They had I don't know if it was him, but they had a touchdown run, man. I'm talking about this guy just
look. All I'm gonna say is Spencer Rattler. He turned from Spencer turnover Rattler to Spencer touchdown Rattler. I'm just going to say that. These past couple weeks, Spencer Rattler's been dotting the defenses up. I expect a good future from him in Oklahoma. Of course, they're probably going to lose some playoff games, but they're going to get there. They're going to get there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this Oklahoma team just looks dominant, man. And with a year of experience with Spencer Rattler, man, the future is so bright for this team.
And you can definitely tell that he needed this year to learn. He needed this year to learn.
Now, let's not judge him off at this game. I'm not even going to judge him off this game. I'm judging him off the full season because I've seen Spencer Rattler progress as the season went on. He was throwing game-ending picks, and now he's just dropping 55. That's what we was talking about. He's minimalized his mistakes, and he'll get even better next season. Don't forget, this guy's a 5-star. This guy's number 1 coming out of high school. This guy's a threat.
This man was a Heisman hopeful to start the season, and he ain't even played a snap.
And I'm telling you, he'll be come on, man. You know Oklahoma's quarterback, This guy's going to be a beast, Everybody was quick to cancel him. Don't cancel Spencer Rattler. This guy's a beast. He will be back. This guy's a threat. Yeah. 55 points on that SEC defense. Possibly the worst defense in the SEC.
They got Jadon Hasselwood coming back.
Oh, yeah, Jadon. He got injured, right?
Yeah, I think he tore his ACL, didn't he?
Yeah, it hurts me to talk about Jadon because of what he did to Georgia. I feel like he kind of dissed him a bit.
Him and Dominic.
Him and Dominic would have been great. Him and George Pickens would have been disgusting. But I feel like we got George because Jadon didn't commit to Georgia. So I'll take it. Who knows? Who knows what Kirby was cooking up? But yeah, man, the future for Oklahoma is bright. I really like what I see from Spencer Rattler's that dude. It seemed like their defense is getting a little good too. Like that's scary. If Oklahoma can find even a piece of a good defense, oh my God. This team is winning a championship. You can't tell me otherwise because Lincoln Riley is possibly one of the best offensive coaches in the nation. As a matter of fact, he's number 2. Come on. He's number 2. And I'm putting him right behind Steve Sarkisian in Alabama.
Okay.
You agreeing or not?
I'll give you that.
You don't have to agree. You can disagree.
No, it's more the fact that I'm giving you that because Alabama has won the big games in the playoff games. That's the only reason. Yeah,
but the problem with Oklahoma in playoff games has never been their offense. You got to think in Georgia, that was just an offensive shootout.
Like I said, they've gotten unlucky with their matchups. That's all. We've said that. They got matched up against one of the greatest college football teams of all time.
Twice.
They got matched up against a hungry Bama team, Georgia team who
But then we were talking
were a pretty good team.
That wasn't even honestly to me. That wasn't unlucky because they could have won that game. They should have won that game.
They could have won that game.
They blew a lead in that game.
That was the only game that they probably just got lucky, honestly.
Right.
I mean, going into that game, I thought we were going to lose. Midway through the game, I thought we were going to lose. They had a lead, but...
And then we just came back, blocked the kick.
Field goal.
Yeah, blocked the kick. Sonny Michel to the house. National championship where we got our soul snatched from us.
Yeah, got our chains snatched.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I see from this Oklahoma team, and I can't wait to see some more from them. But we got to talk about our team. We're just talking about Georgia. Georgia's got a big game. I'm talking big. It's been a while since we talked about Georgia.
Back in black.
A focal point. Well, it's not even really a focal point. We'll save that. But UGA against Cincinnati, and Cincinnati, don't sleep on them because they have potentially.
But this is the matchup we wanted.
Defense. I wanted this matchup. We wanted
this matchup.
Cincinnati said, "Hey, look, we deserve to be in the playoffs." I'm like, "Well, we gonna see.
Humble yourself.
We gonna see.
Humble yourself."
And it's crazy because I wanted to play the best team. I'm kind of glad we didn't play Oklahoma because I picked Oklahoma to beat Florida, and I was like, I love Georgia, but with how many players could be opting out of the defense, I was like, the last thing I want to play as a team with a phenomenal offense. So the only team I didn't want to play was Oklahoma, maybe North Carolina. North Carolina would have been a little scary too. But then they put us against Cincinnati. This right here, it's going to be the matchup of this game is going to be Cincinnati's defense because don't forget they have a top stat wise. I think they have a top 5 defense in the nation against Georgia's powerful offense with JT Daniels, revamped with JT Daniels. Now that's going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to see it. James Cook is now out of the game after his dad unexpectedly passed away.
Well, we don't know if he's out of it, but if he does miss it, we know exactly why.
He is 100% out of the game.
He's out of the game?
Yeah, I think it's already been announced he won't play. Come on.
Okay.
His dad died.
I mean, last time I've seen it.
You expect this guy to play? Come on, man.
Hey, Brett Favre played and he had the best game of his career.
Okay, this is a meaningless bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not meaningless for James Cook. I mean, he's sort of unproven, honestly. I mean, he's been playing good this season, but scouts aren't looking at him like that. But I mean, I'm not telling him
he has
to
a
play.
whole other season of eligibility.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, everybody.
He was clearly coming back. He wasn't leaving for the draft.
Everybody.
He needs another year with Monken and JT because he's already improved. Who do you got, man? What's going on with this? Like I said, this game is really just going to be Cincinnati, but we got to see how Cincinnati's offense is really going to roll in this game. They got a running back who can put up some decent numbers. They got a quarterback who's been putting up decent numbers. How is he going to play against this Georgia defense, man? That's interesting. Their offense, I mean, their pass offense isn't that great though, and I'm not. And I know I just kind of I didn't really praise them, but their quarterback their offense isn't the best. It's really been their defense has been kind of putting it down. Their defense only allowing 16 points per game, but then you got to think back to that strength of schedule. However, don't get me wrong, their offense putting up 39, but I mean, their defense is getting them in some good positions, man. Georgia's got to minimize those mistakes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't ever pick against Georgia unless it's super obvious. Like that Bama game, it was kind of super obvious to pick against. I don't know. I thought we were going to win that game personally, but unless it's super obvious, I'm not picking against Georgia, and I'm going to keep it true to that. I'm picking Georgia to win this game. I think it will be, honestly, even though you said it's Cincinnati's defense versus Georgia's offense, I think it's both offenses against each other, honestly. We had Eric Stokes opt out. There's no telling who else is going to opt out for us. But I think it'll be an offensive shootout. Personally, I think we're going to win it.
An offensive shootout?
I think
Cincinnati's going to offensively shoot out our defense? I mean, I'm not going to count them out. I haven't seen too much of offense, but it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to doubt this team. I'm more.
You just said they averaging 39 points a game. Come on, man.
Come on. I just said, their defense getting them in good positions. I just told you stat-wise they got a top 5 defense in the nation. I'm telling you, don't sleep on their defense because their defense can get their offense in some pretty good situations. Their quarterback only has 2,000 passing yards, averaging 40 points a game. Come on. It's pretty obvious their defense is doing most of that work. Now, I feel like we're biased here. Obviously, we're going to sound biased because we are Georgia fans. But simply, I'm just going to – I think Georgia with JT Daniels is a top 5 team in the nation. So I'm picking Georgia to win this game. I think Georgia won't put up 40 because, Georgia's been averaging 40 points a game with JT Daniels. So I'm going to pick Georgia to win this game. I'm going to give Georgia 30. I'm going to say Cincinnati scores maybe – I'm going to give Cincinnati 20 points. Georgia wins 30-20.
I'm going to say 35-24.
Okay. Auburn, we're getting to see Auburn. Now, Auburn should have lost. They're 6-4, but let's be real here. What should their record actually be? And I think they got some pretty important opt-outs too on their offense. I think that went out today. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but they're going to be missing some offensive players. Who I think one is Schwartz actually. Schwartz won't be playing. I think Schwartz is getting ready to enter the go to the draft. Surprisingly, they'll be playing Northwestern. Man, we saw this Northwestern team against Ohio State. Northwestern just looks great. Northwestern's going to be motivated. Auburn, on the other hand, I don't know, man. I don't really know honestly, about this team.
You said they're 6-4, right?
6-4.
I mean, I know they're playing in the Citrus Bowl, but do they really deserve to be playing on January 1st?
I mean, look, man.
I know it's the Citrus Bowl. I know it is. I know it gets played on. I know it gets played on January 1st.
Camping
really
World Stadium.
Look, honestly, this is how I'm viewing this game. I know how Auburn plays. They're honestly carried by Bo Nix. Bo Nix carries that.
I mean, he's like this is a thing. Like Bo Nix is a good quarterback.
He's good.
He's placed in the wrong system. The system that they're in right now just doesn't work for him. He's got possibly one or two more years to really clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So he's got I'm gonna tell
you right now. You seen what Georgia did to Auburn?
Right.
That defense got to Bo Nix. We just seen Northwestern.
We saw what Northwestern can do. Yep, we saw what Northwestern can do. The big problem with Northwestern was the play calling was so bad.
I mean, it was third. What was it? It was 3rd and 11. They called like a jet sweep pass or something. I was like, "What are y'all doing?"
I don't know.
They had all the momentum. I thought they could have won that game.
They clearly could have beat Ohio State.
I'm gonna take Northwestern. I am
taking Northwestern to win this game as well. Auburn has struggled against teams. Auburn has struggled against teams that I feel like Northwestern is better than. And Northwestern's Big Ten. Now, don't sleep on Northwestern because they've been good for a while. You know, they've struggled to really get those.
They're one of those
key
mediocre
wins.
Teams.
Huh?
They're one of those teams. There's like a team that they've always been a team where you can't fully count them out. Even though one time I think they were ranked
kind of like
high.
Texas in 2018.
We kind of dissed them when they were ranked highest earlier. I think this season. I think we dissed them a little bit.
I think it's because they lost their first game, and we were like, it was. I forgot who it was to, but it wasn't really a good loss.
But I mean, they are one of those teams that you always can't count on. They're like they're like a middle of the road team. They're like a Ole Miss. Yeah. They're like Texas, like you said. Iowa State.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think these two teams match up pretty well too. Offensive wise, Auburn's just way better, but I think Northwestern just has the defense to get it done. And it's really going to come up to the play calling and how well Ramsey plays. You know, he was playing great at the beginning of the Ohio State game, and then, like I said, that play calling just got worse and worse. Or either Ohio State just adjusted and got better. And I'm not sure who's Auburn's intern coaches are, but we'll see how he can do it. You know, if I think it's their defensive coordinator too, so that's great. Because
you said Schwartz is opting out, right?
I believe Schwartz is not playing.
Okay, all right.
I believe I saw that Schwartz wasn't playing.
I think I got my score prediction.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna give it 21 Northwestern, 13 Auburn. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a low scoring game, but I mean it's gonna be a defensive heavy game. I feel like. And I think Northwestern's going to pull it out because they're going to stop Auburn at 2 field goals, personally.
Okay, fun fact, I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to go with that exact same score. 21-13.
21-13?
Northwestern.
I mean, I can just see it happening. 2 field goals to Auburn.
Actually, I'm going to go 20. It's going to be a one-possession game. It's going to be something like a team either wins by a field goal or a team can't drive down the field to win the game. I'm going to go, or a team like can't drive in the field goal range. I'm going to go Northwestern with a 4-point. Not 4-point. Northwestern with a 3-point win. 23-20. Northwestern.
23?
Yeah.
Okay.
23-20 Northwestern.
Okay.
And now we got the juicy ones. Now this is the fun part right here. I've been waiting on this one. So
yes, sir. Questionable calls in the
playoffs, baby.
On the Sunday, but
the playoffs, baby. Alabama. Them boys, Alabama facing off against Notre Dame. Remember, Notre Dame really only got into this playoff because they had that big win against Clemson a long way back without Trevor Lawerence. Trevor Lawerence played in that conference championship, and he absolutely put them things on Notre Dame. I know, come on, man, I know you hear me rhyming. But, like, here's the thing.
Okay.
A lot of people aren't expecting Notre Dame to win this game. But I'm here to tell you, I feel like they can pull it off. Look, don't sleep on this Notre Dame team. Don't sleep on this Notre Dame team. They got some playmakers. It's really gonna, see how well is their defense. Notre Dame has a good defense too. Don't sleep on them. However, let's be real. This is the best offense in college football.
Okay, yeah.
So it's really gonna be look, how well does Notre Dame's defense play? You've got to be able to hold Bama. If they can hold Bama into the 30-point range, Notre Dame can win this game. Do I think that's gonna happen? Hell no. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, Devonta Smith is that dude. It's scary for teams. Mac Jones with one of the best deep balls.
This is all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Notre Dame, they beat a backup quarterback in Clemson. No, don't get me wrong. DJ's a great quarterback. You know,
still dropped 300 passing yards.
If you let me finish real quick. Notre Dame was at home, and they went to overtime. Right.
Okay.
Clemson puts the greatest quarterback possibly to go to the draft back in, and they get them things put on them. Right.
Mm-hmm. But I'm
gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
Alabama's a different breed.
Alabama's just built different.
Alabama is a different breed.
Like I thought,
this is possibly the best Alabama team that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I thought in 2018 that was the best Alabama team ever. But I'm telling you right now, this team right here, this Alabama team is just nearly unbeatable. They're averaging almost 50 points a game. Notre Dame is averaging just 35. You will not beat Bama scoring 35 points. That will not happen. You've got to score 40. You've got to keep Bama in the 30s. It's hard. It's going to be hard. But your defense has to show up, man. You got to make Mac Jones uncomfortable. That's how you win the game. If Jalen Waddle's playing, I don't even need to watch it then. Because
I got my score prediction.
Okay.
If Jalen Waddle's playing, 49-27.
Let's not base it on Jalen Waddle's playing.
If he's not playing, 42-27.
I'm just gonna get one prediction, whether he plays or not, which I don't think he's actually gonna be playing. Because whether he plays or not, it's 42. Still Bama. His team is still gross.
We just adding a touchdown. I think he's gonna just catch a touchdown.
Oh my god!
Extra one.
Let me tell you this right now, Bama. Keeping them in the 30s is going to be hard. And like I said, I like Notre Dame's defense, but Trevor Lawerence just went crazy on this defense. And his coach's name is Dabo Swinney. And I don't know if you noticed, but Nick Saban is the GOAT. He's better than Dabo Swinney. Nick Saban's going to put up 50 points on this team. I know Notre Dame fans might be checking this out. I know they're going to be heated, but I got to go with Bama to win this one. I'm picking Bama. Bama scoring 50, man. Bama, I'm giving it to Bama 50.
Bama scoring 50.
I'm giving it to Bama 55, but I think Notre Dame will do decency. I'm going to say Notre Dame's going to put up 30 points because don't forget, Bama's defense is great, but they're not fantastic. So I think Notre Dame can put up 30. It'll be a high-scoring game. I think the over/under could really hit 80 points. Okay. So we'll see.
Okay.
Next, we got the other preseason game. Clemson is going to be facing the Ohio State. Ohio State University. Justin Fields. Look, Ohio State's been getting a lot of hate, man. I don't see it. I don't know why, but
the only reason I don't really like them that much in this game, personally, is the Northwestern game. I know that Trey Sermon went off, but you got to get better passing from Justin, and you got to get better offensive line pass blocking. Yeah, I know he injured his thumb or whatever, but at the start of the game, I don't think that thing was injured.
Yeah, Justin Fields definitely took a little step back this season. I feel like he could have played a lot better. You want to know who didn't take a step back, though? Trevor Lawerence. Trevor Lawerence is that guy, number 1 overall pick. He'll be playing in Jacksonville next year, okay? He's going from South Carolina to Jacksonville. That's not that long of a drive. He has no problem making that drive because it's way better. It's way better than playing for the New York Jets. However, let me tell you about the running backs. Okay, Travis Etienne is the best running back in the nation. Ohio State's going to have Sermon. Sermon is a beast. I watched him play against he went stupid against Northwestern. Can Clemson stop the run? If Clemson can stop the run, this game's going to Clemson easily. If Clemson can just limit Sermon or at least slow him down to begin the game, Clemson's winning this easily. However, look, man, don't sleep on Ohio State because you never know what you're going to get from Ohio State. This offense is lethal. Don't sleep. Their defense slacked off a bit. Defense isn't as dominant as they usually is. However, Clemson's defense is still fantastic with a great offense to go along with it. But this offense for Ohio State, man, that's just one you cannot sleep on. You never know what Justin Fields you're going to get. However, we did see him play against Clemson last season. He was a little scared to throw that deep ball. He's got to be able to throw some passes down the field. I'm talking 20-yard passes, those 15 to 20-yard passes are going to be important, man. Trevor Lawrence is going to do his thing. Running backs, Travis has got to find those lanes. I know he will. Sermon, he's got to find those. He's got to play like he played against Northwestern because they just couldn't tackle him. They couldn't stop him. But I think that lets Clemson know they have to be able to spread their defense around. They got to run kind of like a multiple D format if they want to really get under the skin of Fields and Sermon. And then the wide receivers, man, come on. Come on, Wilson. Come on, Rodgers. These guys are dominant. These guys are beasts. I can't wait to see this game. I'm more interested in this game than I am in Bama and Notre Dame. This game right here is really going to be interesting because Dabo's been talking a lot of trash on Ohio State, and I feel like Ohio State can really come into this game and make a difference. What's your score prediction, man?
Look, I know. I just said that Clemson's a strong team, and I know that I just said Ohio State was struggling against Northwestern.
Okay.
But struggling or not, Ohio State's hungry for this. Like you said, Dabo Swinney's been talking that talk.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, it didn't end how Ohio State wanted it to.
Nope.
And they got their shot this year, and I feel like they're gonna take advantage of it.
I'm
taking Ohio State.
Okay. What score 42,
you got? 42-35.
42-35, 7-point game. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to South Carolina, man. I'm going with Clemson. I think Clemson wins this game. Trevor Lawrence, he's going out on top. Yeah, you heard it here. I mean, he's not going out in a semifinal loss. I know that for sure. I got to give it to these Clemson boys. I think they can hold. Dabo Swinney's going to be ready for Justin Fields, and like I said, Justin Fields took a minor step back, but it's not something that's really game changing. I still think Justin Fields is that guy. I'm giving Clemson the win on this one. Clemson's scoring 40. I'm going to say Clemson's going to score 40. Ohio State 28. Clemson 40. Ohio State 28. Ball game. Clemson moves on. They face Bama in the championship.
Okay. I can. There's no disagreements. No, I don't feel like.
Yeah, come on. Ole Miss is going to be playing Indiana. We kind of give some quick little predictions for these games. Who you got in that one? Ole Miss, Indiana.
I'm going to take Ole Miss. Ole Miss's offense is just too good, personally.
Facts. And the question is can Indiana really keep up with them? Now, Indiana's a good team, though. Don't forget, they really put up some points against Ohio State. I'm going to take Ole Miss as well.
True.
Mac Rawls that guy. Oregon and Iowa State.
Oregon, Iowa State.
I'm picking Oregon.
Yeah, I'm going to take Oregon.
I don't think Iowa State.
Because,
like I said, Iowa State, man, I just really don't think they're that good of a team.
I seen it on an Instagram post, and it was like someone asked a question. They said, "How good can Oregon be?" And he said, "They get a good quarterback, they're riding." And I personally agree with that. Oregon just needs them a good quarterback.
Oregon needs a quarterback, and they could be a threat, man. And I think there might be some quarterbacks that's transferring this season. Texas A&M and North Carolina. This game's interesting because I honestly
this game is honestly. This is
one of the more.
Game.
Yeah, this is one of the more interesting games where I'm like. But ultimately, I'm sorry. I'm picking North Carolina.
Taking North Carolina?
I'm picking North Carolina.
Texas A&M.
You taking Texas A&M?
Mm-hmm.
I want to pick Texas A&M, but this has that Georgia 2018 all over it, man. I'm picking North Carolina.
I feel like, Texas A&M, they got shorted in the playoff. But I mean, I feel like they're just, I feel like they're all just going to turn around. They're just going to take I'm getting 2014 TCU vibes from this.
Okay.
Like you getting 2018 Georgia, how they went to Texas and the Sugar Bowl and got smacked. I'm getting 2014 TCU. They got shorted out the playoff and they went and played Ole Miss, smacked the mess out of them. I'm not saying they're gonna smack the mess out of them. I'm saying it's gonna probably be like 28-24. Texas A&M.
Somebody's scoring 30, man, and I think it's going to be North Carolina. I'm going North Carolina 31, Texas A&M 23. It's really going to be how North Carolina's defense plays. I don't think their defense is that great, but Texas A&M, they got the SEC boys, so we're going to see. The SEC ain't been put on that much of a rep so far, though, so we'll see what we got.
Other than nobody, I mean, Florida just got...
After what just happened to Florida, they kind of just snapped. They just gave the Big 12 pretty much all of SEC's credibility, as of right now. Maybe they can get it back.
I wouldn't go that far, but I see what you're saying.
But this has been
See what
another
you're
NCAA
saying.
installment. I know it's been nearly 2 weeks since we've done one. It's gonna be interesting, man.
Bowl season been slow.
Bowl season's been kind of slow. Nothing really game changing, but I'm saying, some of these bowl games coming up on the 1st and the 2nd, bro, I cannot wait for these. It's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah.
But until next time, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys comment below, let us know what you're thinking. Social media is on the screen. Make sure you give the Twitter a follow. Until next time, it's been Kid and Kam podcast with Table Talk. It's been your boy Kid Kam. See you later.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's too. Merry Christmas. Christmas is over.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. We'll see y'all.
Happy New Year's, guys.